Profanity is guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised. So we are back for another spooky chat where we discuss all things weird and creepy in the wonderful world of pop culture.
I fucking love the spooky chats.
I do.
We just talk like we normally do.
Purely selfish.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, this whole podcast is just a hobby anyway for us.
Yeah.
So, anything weird happened to you this week?
No, but I've just read on our village's notice board that someone's just tried to hit a kid with their car.
That's awful.
No, they hit their scooter and everything, drove directly at this child.
That's awful. That's really, really scary.
Yeah.
Well, anything else weird? Anything weird happen at work?
No. And I work in a bloody mortuary. And nothing weird has happened.
To be fair, weird stuff probably does happen, but to you, it doesn't seem
normal,
weird.
yeah, so I don't pay attention to it.
Exactly.
No.
Okay.
No. I've seen some necrotising toes.
Blech. Explain what that is, because people won't know.
Flesh eating, basically. Necrotising fasciitis is a flesh eating infection, basically.
Can you catch it?
No.
Okay.
No. It's just, yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to have to dunk you in a sheep dip before you come around other people's houses.
Yeah, no. And, we all love a good toe or foot story, don't we, guys? Gilbert hates me. His worst fear is feet.
Do you actually have a fear of feet?
It's not fear, but he
just doesn't like them very much.
They make him throw up.
He just dislikes them. Okay,
greatly.
Enough. So nothing particularly weird has happened to me this week, but something horrific did, which I've been waiting to tell you guys about. It's funny, don't worry, but it is awful. It's gross and disgusting. So, little Reggie, for some reason, has a habit of eating plastic.
Yes.
And I found him in the garden with a big bit of plastic, got it straight off him. It was I don't even know what that is. I don't know where it came from, but I don't think he swallowed any of it. He was just chewing on it. Anyway, so that night he was sick a couple of times. He was sicked up some plastic. And then the next day, a trigger warning for poop stories, he had a little bit of an accident in the house because I think he had a bit of a poorly belly.
Yeah.
This was upstairs.
Oh.
We both have robot hoovers, don't we?
Yeah, why are you laughing?
Because he knows what's happened.
Oh,
he can
no. Wait,
So we've both got robot hoovers. I copied you guys. Yours is called...
Gary.
Mine is called Eric. I had... Eric had done his shift downstairs and then I picked him up.
Mark's crying.
And put him upstairs. I didn't know Reggie had pooped up here because he doesn't often have those accidents, especially not upstairs. So when I came up to bring Eric back downstairs for him to charge, he had run over the poop and spread it around and sucked it up.
Oh, no.
And so
Eric
is dying. So
he loves a good poop
absolutely
story.
disgusting. So luckily, when I bought Eric, I had replacement filters, brushes, etc. Because normally I will clean them and put them back, but unfortunately everything was beyond. So the both brushes and the filter had to go in the bin, and then I sterilised and cleaned the shit out of Eric because he had sucked up the poop as well as spread it around. So,
Reggie, man.
yeah, bless him.
Wait, which room was this in?
Oh, on the landing.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it took it sort of into my room a little bit. So, that was my horror story.
Packed him up. He was really sleepy, and now he's just laughing.
I knew he was going to find that funny. That's why I didn't text you guys straight away, because believe me, I wanted to.
Poopgate.
It was just the fact that obviously we've got the robot hoovers, because I copied you.
Oh, Eric.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
My face hurts.
So, yeah, it was
Aw.
absolutely disgusting. And once I'd finished cleaning Eric the Hoover, I then had to come up and obviously sort out the upstairs.
I wouldn't cope well with that because I don't do well with poo.
I mean, it's you know, it's my little baby boy's poo, so I will put up with it. But it was gnarly. Yeah.
I once stuck my thumb in Joshy's poo once. It was a complete accident. I went to pick it up and just misjudged. And it was a bit runny and it went under my nail. That's my poo story.
This is today's podcast
is
brought to you by poo. So I was looking for sort of news, spooky, creepy, weird news, and randomly...
Is it to do with poo?
No, it's not actually. This is honestly such a random story, and I'll be interested to see if you guys have heard any of these stories, because until this week I hadn't. So I listened to the Osbournes podcast.
God bless the Osbournes.
Oh my God, love the Osbournes. They are so bloody funny. I mean, we've grown up with the Osbournes.
That we have.
And the fact they've now got a podcast about their lives is just brilliant. And I saw a random clip for it because I hadn't caught up. So I'm a few episodes out. And Jack was talking about the fact that his wife, Aerie, found a rubber blueberry in her daughter's snack. So these were organic blueberries bought from Whole Foods. And when they actually cut the blueberry in half, it looked like it was made of rubber or silicone. So it wasn't just a tough blueberry or it was frozen, which was really, really weird. And it turns out that there's this like whole fake fruit conspiracy happening. And people are reporting finding rubber bananas, rubber avocados and watermelons. So I got this information from various sources on the web, and
so random.
It's very random. So in specific, trying to debunk this a bit, because I'm like, come on, guys, like this is super crazy. I mean, in Aerie's video, I watched it, and it is rubber or silicone. It's bananas. It's blueberries, but it's literally bonkers. It's just like, no, that is, and it's not the kind of thing she would plant in there. Like she's not. Yeah. She doesn't actually normally go on social media. So, and
I'm not being funny. Why would you potentially risk your child choking or something like that? Yeah.
Exactly. So, in specifically developed ripening facilities, the maturity of the bananas is developed within 4 to 8 days. For this purpose, banana ripening gas, a mixture of ethylene and nitrogen, is used. So I feel like that could explain maybe the rubberiness of the banana. You know, like perhaps it is still a banana, but it's just gone a bit rubbery. Perhaps, you know, in the ripening process, been over-ripened.
Isn't this like a process that's been done for years? So why is it now turning?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're kind of open-ended questions and theories. So, also, this is disgusting. I looked at some videos where watermelons literally look like raw meat, but they're genetically modified seedless watermelons. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't explain the whole rubber blueberry thing. I really can't. That's really, really random, and I don't know how that would have happened. But I guess the way fruit is artificially produced, like the GMO melons, it will affect the texture. Yeah. So that could affect, you know, like the avocados and the bananas and the watermelons.
I think I've had a genetically modified strawberry once because it was fucking huge and the juiciest strawberry ever. It was really yummy.
See, that probably just means it's natural. Yeah. Because ones that are sort of not as naturally produced are smaller, and when you cut into them, they've got white in them. Oh. Whereas natural strawberries are very big and are like bright red inside.
Yeah, so Mark's dad used to grow strawberries on the farm.
Okay, there you go. Then you know.
And they would refuse to eat anything bought from a supermarket because they just weren't.
I'm not surprised.
Strawberries.
Well, I used to live near a strawberry farm, didn't I? Yeah, and you know, the smell of the strawberries, and some of them were huge.
I'm just upset that I've had them in like because they froze. You guys froze a load, didn't you? So they would be made into like strawberry crumble and stuff. So I've had them that way, but I've never just had like a Fraser's strawberry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dream. So, yeah, that was just a really random thing I came across. And, you know, I mean, my one sort of like moral from the story would be don't buy genetically modified food for a start. If watermelon has seeds in it, just take them out. Don't opt for the genetically modified version, which then looks like raw steak. It's, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know your opinion on genetically modified food, but I've always been against it.
I mean, I wouldn't choose to have it.
No. I think...
I'm glad that the strawberry I ate was not genetically modified now, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad it... Well, you said it was natural, probably.
What are your thoughts on the rubber blueberry, though? Because that's so random.
I don't think I've got a thought.
No, I mean, I'm like, how did it get there? Where did it come from? I need to actually listen to the whole podcast where Jack is talking about it, because I looked at Aries coverage and then I didn't have time to actually listen to that particular episode of The Osbournes. But Ozzy's theory seemed to be aliens. But that's his theory for quite a lot of stuff, which I love.
Ozzy Osbourne.
And then
I identify with him so much. Huh?
oh, they're just brilliant. And then Jack was sort of saying, but I didn't see what he said afterwards, that possibly it's something to do with robots and AI. So I don't know. There's so many conspiracy theories.
Well, there's 3D printing food.
Yes.
Maybe.
That's one of the things that came up when I was looking at all the random food stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
But, I mean, have you ever found anything strange in food?
Yeah. I opened a pistachio once and there was a maggot.
Oh, good Lord, no. Sorry, Reg. Sorry, bud.
I mean, that's not weird. That's nature,
horrific.
But it was, yeah.
I would, if that was me, that would put me off pistachios forever.
I don't think I ate them for a long time afterwards.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of maggots.
Neither am I.
It's the movement and the holes in people.
Oh, don't, no. I think I'm very much on the verge of being one of those people that has a phobia of holes.
Oh, I've got it, and that's why I don't like it.
Joe's got it as well.
Has she?
Yeah, she has
trichophobia.
That's it, trichophobia. I'm very much... I understand it completely.
Yeah, no, it makes me feel physically sick. So when, like, if we've had a previous mortuary, if we've had, like, a decomp in and there's maggots, it's their movement. And it's... it's the holes in people, and it's just like, not the decomp itself, that's absolutely fine. It's the maggot.
Oh, that's just...
Well, it's not the maggot, it's the movement and the holes.
Yeah. Goob, have you ever had any weird food situations? No? Poop hoovers?
What, did you just say poop hoomers?
Poop hoovers.
Oh, hoovers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, do you guys ever actually watch TikTok?
Mark does.
No. Okay.
Oh, not anymore, apparently. He used to.
All right. Do you ever watch paranormal videos on TikTok?
I suppose if it was to come up like on Instagram, if I'm scrolling and it's, it's like a video that's been put onto Instagram as well, then yeah.
Okay. So, I sort of, again, whilst I was looking for spooky news, and you end up down these kind of like paranormal, spooky rabbit holes, I came across an account that really freaked me out. And I did send you guys some videos. Did you not watch them?
I can't remember. You sent me a lot.
Yeah.
Mark's put a limit on his, so he can't be on it for like more than 15 minutes.
Okay, I mean, it was for the podcast, but... Okay, all right, well then you did... I was sort of hoping you'd watch them so you'd know what I was on about, but...
shit, sorry.
That's all right. It's just the reason I sent them, but that's fine. So it's an account called Smug Puppy, and they've got a lot of followers. They've got sort of nearly 700,000 subscribers, followers, watchers, whatever they're called on TikTok. And basically it documents the paranormal activity in their family home. And they've lived in this family home since 1997, so they've been there a while. And the reels are mainly filmed by the father and the daughter. It's in the UK, which was another reason why I was kind of drawn to it.
Wait, hang on a second. Is this the family where they think the camera fell through a portal?
Yeah.
Yes, my boss sent me one of those.
No way.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I was like, no, I don't believe that.
Okay, so one came up and it was the camera falling through the porthole. That then got me into the rabbit hole of watching the rest of their videos, basically. But I just wanted a sort of a bit of background on them, because on first viewing of something like that, you're like, nah,
bullshit.
Yeah. But then when I found out about their house and also watched the other videos, I was like, it really freaked me out. So, like I said, it's in the UK and they've been experiencing paranormal phenomena in their house since they moved in 97. Like, it's literally not stopped. Their property was actually part of what used to be the wing of an old hospital, which was which was built in 1889. And I think the background to that makes it even more interesting.
Oh God, yeah.
And
I would love to live in a place like that.
I mean, I wouldn't after watching their videos. It's freaking relentless. But there's one particular video which is pinned to their profile page. So if you want to go and check out Smug Puppy, you can. I think it's the middle one that's pinned at the top. And it's the one you just mentioned where a camera appears to disappear through a shelf in their lounge and then it reappears through the ceiling of a bedroom next door. Mm-hmm. The camera is recording the whole time. And when you watch it, like from the moment it disappears to the moment it reappears, there's just utter darkness and the creepiest sounds I have ever heard in my life. Creepier than the slaughterhouse sounds in The Exorcist.
Really?
Yeah, it really freaked me out. I do get freaked out easily by things like this, but it really freaked me out. And they're saying the camera went through a portal. I don't know, but it freaked me the fuck out when I went and watched all the other videos. Because I was reading all the comments and things like that, and people were like, oh, they're making it up, da-da-da-da-da, it looks fake. But then, you know, what they're sort of saying is they've basically got cameras running all the time because there's so much paranormal activity.
But it's just weird. It feels kind of staged, especially the way that you see the camera fall quotation marks, through the shelf, and then he's like, oh, where's the camera gone?
Yeah, I can see why it would look fake, but then, as I said, watching all their other videos, I think there's weird shit going on in their house. Really weird shit.
To be fair, I've only seen that one video.
Yeah, which is why I sent you all the other ones.
Sorry.
It's fine. So I hold Goobs responsible for this as well. So they document lots of paranormal situations, and I sent you a few to see what you thought. And they do a lot actually to debunk their own videos.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, you know, trying to explain things and prove they're not fake. And I do believe the footage, and it really stayed with me. Like some of the videos, they really stayed with me, and it freaked me the fuck out. I think because they're TikTok videos, it's just so much more personal.
Yeah.
Because there's no barrier of like glossiness from a film or
a camera crew.
Yeah. It's very
or someone
raw.
who's like producing it.
Exactly. Yeah. They're very normal people. It's in the UK. I think it's near Leicester where they are.
Okay.
And it just honestly, for the last 2 days, I've just been freaked out by it. Like the whole thing going on in the house, it just freaks me the fuck out.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch some of these videos.
Yeah.
Now.
But that's why I was sort of saying, do you ever watch paranormal stuff on TikTok? Because
I think maybe I should, because for these spooky chats, like I was asking you where you get your information from, because I'm looking and all I'm finding is things like from years ago.
Yeah, TikTok's really good for it. Okay. Really good for it. And you do end up going down paranormal rabbit holes, yeah. But it is quite fun. But honestly, and like I said, I think it's the platform and the fact you feel like you're almost there with them.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but I've found it frightening. Really frightening. And, you know, okay, some of the videos do look a little bit staged, but then they're sort of saying, well, to be honest, the girls were born and grown up in that house.
Yeah.
So they've literally lived with that shit their whole life. And then the parents have been there for a long time, so they're very, very used to it. Mm-hmm. And so they're quite nonchalant when things happen. Because, you know, and he's sort of saying, by the 50th time you've seen a levitating cup, you're not going to go, oh my God, because you're like, back again. So,
sup.
Yeah. But I'll be interested to see what you think about it.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it's spooky as fuck. There's one video where, so there do seem to be portals in the house, and there's one where like a teddy bear is stuck in the ceiling. It's really weird, but it's quite funny reading.
Double-sided sticky tape, maybe.
But then they show the teddy bear hole, like in a slightly later video, to go, no, honestly, we didn't fake it. This is the teddy bear. So they do try and reply to, or, you know, and they actually reply to a lot of the comments, that the dad replies to a lot of the comments, and he's like, you know, no, this is what actually happened. It's not what you think, or da-da-da-da. So they're quite active with the account, but yeah, it's freaky as fuck.
I was, I mean, this isn't paranormal at all, but this is quite a nice story. When I was looking for some like weird news or what have you, that I came across something that happened like in 2023, I think. And it's a guy that's trying to steal an electric bike. It's like in America. It was like, I don't know, $1,300 worth of electric bike or something. And as he's taking it out, the family's golden retriever comes out, and the thief just stops to give him belly rubs and pat his head. And like the dog's just getting like all this fuss and stuff, and he's like, right, I better go steal this bike then. No, and it's all on CCTV, and like that was put on Facebook, and that's how they caught him. But I was like, God bless you, you can steal whatever you want, just give my dog fusses.
Just make sure you're nice to the dog.
Yeah.
I
was like, I kind of made my heart swell a little bit. I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, you're robbing from me, but
at least you were nice to the dog.
Yeah,
it's better than him robbing from them and being mean to the dog. That would be unforgivable.
Yeah, I just thought that was quite a nice story.
That is nice. I do like that. But no, I think I'm going to, I need to sort of go on more paranormal things on TikTok to change my algorithms, because I don't go on there that much. I just forget about it. And then, you know, with the spooky news, I was like, ooh, that's when I looked at Aries' video of the rubber blueberry, and I was looking at all this weird fruit stuff like that. I'll send you one of the things of that, the watermelon that looks like steak, because it looks really fucking creepy.
There's so many platforms now that I'm starting to lose my head with it.
Oh no, there are too many. Yeah. There are too many. But to be fair, I only really use Instagram. So, you know, if I'm doing spooky news, TikTok's really useful.
I'm getting quite bad with social media, to be fair. I'm not very active on there.
You never have been. Have you?
More so than that. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Not now.
You send me memes.
Oh, that's all I do.
We'll be chatting on a WhatsApp group, and then another WhatsApp chat just between us, then also memes on Instagram. Yeah. There'll be like all the things.
Yeah, I think that's literally all I do. Or I'll send new vegan food that's come out and to Gilbert. Yeah. Like apparently McDonald's are bringing out a vegan ice cream, or no, they already have. But it just looks like frozen. It's not like a McFlurry or anything.
And is it made of soya?
I don't know, but probably.
They need to do a vegan breakfast.
Desperate for a vegan Mackey's.
Just take the burger and put it in a McMuffin with some vegan cheese. Like, I'll take that. Just something for breakfast for us, please. Maccadees.
Thank you, please.
Yeah.
End of that.
I mean, like, Burger King have been doing vegan stuff for a really long time, and they do lots of it. I
think they've taken away the nuggets. And the Whopper is cooked on the same grill as meat things, I think.
Not vegan then at all. But no. I like the fact that McDonald's kind of waited and did it really well.
Well, that's the thing. They were trying to get the cheese right, and they've definitely got it right. Yeah. But I was so disappointed. We're like, oh, we've got something new coming out. Like after they brought out the McPlant, it was a double McPlant. I was like, so you've added an extra patty.
That's cheating.
I don't think people are happy with the vegan chat.
Oh well, never mind. I nearly set fire to my blooming air fryer this week. So
what's with you and setting things on fire in the kitchen? You and Richard set fire to our kitchen almost, making fucking pancakes.
And when we made a fire in the garden, we relit the fire in the garden, the bonfire.
What bonfire?
There was my parents had a bonfire in the garden and it had gone out. So Rich and I were there. Your mum was looking after me and Rich. We were there and we were just poking it with sticks, and obviously it hadn't quite gone out, and we reignited it.
Amazing.
So we were like, oh my God, we have the power of fire. And she was just like, oh my God, she was trying to put the fire out. We were like, yay, we made a fire from nothing.
Names. Mini pyros.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that seemed to be a theme with Richard and I. And he would probably be laughing at me with the whole air fryer thing because so my toaster, which I love, has various mouse nibblings along the cable from the barn that I used to live in, and I need to get the cable replaced. So at the minute, it's just a very expensive looking sculpture
Ornament
in my kitchen. Yeah. So and like I could have put the grill on to do toast, which is probably what I should have done, but I was like, oh, I'll be quicker in the air fryer. But then somehow like the bread kind of got caught on the element on top of the air fryer, and I was like, why is it smoking? And I did it twice as well. So, yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed in the kitchen. Although, I don't know. Knives and appliances.
Yeah. Knives and fire.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so that's kind of... I was trying to look at more stuff on TikTok, but I just got so sucked in by Smug Puppy. And they have got a really nice dog as well, called Moose.
What a name.
I
Moose.
know.
I used to call people a silly moose. Silly moose and silly goose.
Silly goose.
Yeah.
Oh, Reg is kind of snoring. That might be picked up in the microphone, I'm not sure.
Is it?
It's just Reg ambiance. Because he wanted to come and join us on the spooky chat. Has anything spooky happened to you this week?
Other than Poopgate?
Other than, like, Poop Hoover situation? He likes to sit in here. He'll, I'll come and open the windows every day and air it out in the studio, and like we'll leave the door open and he comes and but he only sits on your chair.
It's because he's my familiar.
He is your familiar, but he loves it in this room. He's like, oh, this is my spooky hideaway.
When I was a witch, he was my familiar.
Mm-hmm. He's such a good boy. Do you remember when we did, I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast. We perhaps did. We have talked about this thing, but whether we talked about when we went, I can't remember the name. Rando Nautica.
Yes.
Did we talk about when we tried to do it on, was it New Year's Eve?
I can't remember, possibly.
It was.
What a fucking fail that was.
Yeah, because Julia and Andy were around mine. But I haven't done it round here.
That might be better, actually.
Yeah. Because where I was living, there was like nothing around there.
Mm.
And the one spooky place it was taking us to, I knew where it was. So I was not surprised because I know where it is.
We should definitely try Rando Nautica around here.
Yeah.
And I think I sent you through a ghost tour in Kings Lynn that I think we need to do.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Tom sent me that.
I went on a ghost tour in Hertford.
Did you?
Yeah, I took Jess and Ads on one, and when I was living in Hertford, and I remember like being on the ghost tour, and we were really near my house, and I was like, please God, don't tell any ghost stories about my house. And like part of it was part of an old, not a cart shed, but like a where they used to go to like refuel the horses. So not a cart shed, but like similar to that. And so that part,
refuel the horses or shove a fucking petrol hose up their ass.
Give them hay and rest them. I can't think of the name of the thing. Do you know what I mean, Goobs?
Yes.
No, not stable. It's not that. Oh, I know that word. I don't know. Anyway,
she knows that word. She went to Lord Leconfield's Pony Club.
Yeah. Which still exists, by the way.
Which we found out,
because we looked on Google. He's actually typing in Google place to refuel horse. The word has fallen out of my head. If I think it might come back to me at some point, probably won't.
You're so obsessed with cars now that how do you refuel a horse? Well, you get the petrol. What's it called? Spout? Spout and shove it up the horse's arse.
Oh, good lord.
Can't make it neigh.
No, that's not right. Anyway, so part of my house in Hertford was, I believe it was 16th century. It was the bit like that went over the old shop where my office was.
Yes.
And then the rest of the house was, I believe it was late Victorian.
So it looks so awesome, that house.
It was very cool, but it was in a dreadful position. Anyway, so I was like, I thought, there's likely going to be some sort of ghost story aimed at my house. There wasn't.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, because at that point I wasn't sort of embracing the spooky. I was just very scared of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went on this ghost tour. It wasn't the most eventful activity we've done.
No.
And the scariest thing that happened is Jess and I were standing there, and behind us an electric gate opened and frightened the living bejesus out of us. And that was about it. And then a drunk man came, and two drunk men, because there was always lots of drunk people in Hertford, and they were sort of trying to join in the group.
Oh, I bet they were being leery and really fucking irritating.
Funny though.
Oh, was it?
They were just
okay.
making me laugh. And one of them kept telling our group leader to tell his mate that he was fat, and then they threw a shoe. So they were probably the most eventful things of the ghost. It wasn't great.
Oh.
It wasn't great. Which is a shame, because actually there's loads of history in Hertford, and bits of it are super old. But, yeah.
Was it Prague or Amsterdam where we did one?
Oh, did you?
Was it Prague? We went round all these old buildings and stuff. Oh no, I know we did one in Edinburgh, but we did one in Prague as well. Yeah, it was Prague.
Oh, that
was really cool. Yeah. Well, Edinburgh was just amazing. I think we spoke about that last time, like for ghost tours and things like that. I would like to do some local ones though.
Yes, yeah, we should. There must be one for like everywhere around here.
I'm pretty sure Ely does one, because you've got Oliver Cromwell's house.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I reckon some in like Norfolk, like a Norwich one would be good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's Norfolk's very spooky,
and apparently Downham Market's full of things like the Swan pub.
Yeah,
like you said before.
Will it be interesting to go to that? Because that was featured on an episode of Help My House is Haunted, and honestly, the stuff that was have I made you watch that episode?
No.
Stuff that happens is inexplicable. It is crazy.
Funnily enough, you should say that. I was when I was looking for spooky news and stuff. Paul Burrell, Princess Diana's ex-butler, on Celeb.
Yeah.
Help My House is Haunted, thinks that he's haunted by her ghost.
Yeah, that was quite a good episode, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, I didn't think it would be. I was a bit like...
It made my heart go a bit, because it's like my princess. And she is the people's princess.
Absolutely. So, Help My House is Haunted, the sort of regular series is really good. And then they've got the celebrity version, which is really good. I highly recommend that series. And, yeah, the what was I talking about? My mind just went...
Help My House is Haunted, Celeb and Normal, and I was just saying about Princess Diana.
What was it before that?
Downham Market.
Oh, the pub. Sorry. Yeah. So the spooky stuff started happening in that pub when the landlords discovered a secret doorway that had been covered up, and they opened it.
Oh.
And as soon as that happened, they started getting a lot of paranormal activity, and just so much happens on the investigation. It's brilliant. So they did sort of help cleanse the space and help the spirits move on. So I don't know if it is haunted anymore.
That'd be still cool to go there and have a drink though, wouldn't it?
It would be. But yeah, absolutely. It looks like a really nice pub.
Awesome.
The Swan in Downham Market, yeah.
Let's go
there.
We'll go.
Any excuse to go to a pub and call it a spooky road trip.
Yes, it's research purposes.
Yeah, exactly. So
definitely.
Yeah, so that's that. Sorry, my mind went completely blank then.
It's fine, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday. Swan. I think you can stay there as well.
Ooh, maybe we should do that.
I don't know about that.
Question for you. Would you attend a public execution if it was still a thing?
No.
Would you not?
Mm-mm. No, that would imprint in my brain. I wouldn't be able to cope with it. You would, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Would you, Goobs?
You
would? Okay.
Purely out of just curiosity, or? Yeah.
No, I don't want to see that.
I think I'd be picky with them. If it was like your typical sort of town criminal, then they would get quite samey. But if they were like quite prolific.
Would it... When you say public execution, in what manner do you mean?
All the different ways that people...
So you'd want to watch the hangings, the beheadings, the electric chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make me weird?
No.
Mark said he'd throw stuff at them.
Yeah,
like rotten tomatoes like they used to in medieval times.
I would just go to a nearby pub and wait for you there.
Okay.
I don't want to actually go to the public executions.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would go.
Okay. No. Interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of public executions,
Yep.
so in 1716, what was his name? James Radcliffe was beheaded. Him and a group of other people were trying to... He was like the third Earl of Derwentwater.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's actually how you say it, but that's how it's spelt. And he was executed because him and a group of people were trying to get the child of a deposed Catholic king back on the throne. And so he's caught and he was in Tower of London. And his missus, because that's obviously what they called them back then, my missus, the old ball and chain. I think it was about 2 years ago in 2022, at the Museum of London, there was an executions exhibition. And there was this bed sheet from the Tower of London that was James Radcliffe's sheet from when he was in prison there. And in it is embroidered with what is believed to be his hair, like a little love note from his wife, saying that this is the sheet from then and everything. But supposedly, so he was beheaded and his heart was sent to an Augustinian monastery, and then she got his body back with the head sewn back on, and that's where they think she got the hair from to embroider with. And
Ew.
they think some of it's his and some of it's hers because there's like two distinct colours.
That's creepy.
Yeah, the exhibition isn't on anymore, which I'm absolutely gutted about, but it was like 700 years of history.
Wow.
Of executions and like letters from the condemned, and Charles the First's like outfit that he wore when he was beheaded and stuff like that. Ooh. But yeah, no, I thought that was quite interesting.
I mean, that's a very interesting concept for an exhibition. I did like when we went to Dracula's castle and we saw the torture, instruments of torture. That was quite interesting and scary.
Well, it's dark history. It's my kind of thing.
Dark tourism.
Dark tourism, yes. I do like that.
I think we should start some sort of dark tourism situation, like a company. And then we could just specialise in dark tourism.
We would have to do a lot of research about all the really good places and stuff.
I mean, it's not going to happen because we all work, but maybe one day.
Retirement.
But yeah, when we're retired.
We've got a new retirement plan, you see.
Is that it?
No.
Oh.
Possibly going to be looking after Dougal's.
Oh, okay. Well, you can still do the dark tourism stuff.
Could do. I'd rather spend time with the dogs.
Obviously. Yeah. Anyway. Any more spooky things? Any questions? Anything? Any input?
No. I think I've asked my spooky question about the public executions.
Okay.
And that tied in quite nicely with my James Radcliffe little spiel.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Coobs, do you have any spooky input and or questions? No? Okay.
He's just tired.
He's just like, this is the worst. Okay then, well that's kind of come to a sort of natural end. Thank you very much. Oh no, we need to do random facts.
Yes.
I don't have one. Do you have one?
I do. So, I was born with a birthmark that started on the palm of my hand and then it grew. It's known as a port wine stain. So it's more visible on my right arm. It's light across my chest, light down my left arm, and on my back it's like two white V's, which I say is where my angel wings were clipped. It used to be a lot darker, but when I was a child I used to have laser treatment to lighten it. And I've got a giant port wine stain birthmark.
Okay. Well, along those lines, I used to have a birthmark on my face. And
Did you?
Yeah, it was like it was almost like a red sort of star. It looked like a big burst blood vessel. I don't remember which side it was on. It was there for years and years, and then it just disappeared.
That sounds like a strawberry stain.
Maybe
strawberry mark. Yeah, they can shrink. I think Robin was born with a big one on her leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. don't think she's got it anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes they can go.
Goobs is not birthmark related.
No, but it is car related.
Okay, great.
So the first time he drove, he was 12, and it was down his dad's friend's fishing lakes. He wanted a drainage pipe moving, so he was carrying it, sitting on the bonnet while Mark drove. Mark warned him that he'd never driven before, and he said, "It's fine, you get the concept. There's a gear in there somewhere."
Amazing. Absolutely brilliant.
So that's how Mark kind of first learned how to drive.
And brought it right back to cars.
Yes, well done,
Thanks,
you.
mate. Well, thank you very much, Mark, Park Lane Studios, for sound and video.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yep. And you can find us on Instagram at Cars of the Macabre if you want to send us any spooky stories,
Anecdotes
relating to cars. If it's not particularly related to cars, we can always include it in spooky chats. That's Cars of the Macabre.
No, we're not. No, don't send us dick pics.
No, do not. Cars of the Macabre at gmail.com. And then please watch us on YouTube, listen to us on all the podcast platforms, like, subscribe, download.
I want to read comments because I like to read.
Ali reads the comments. I don't. So yeah, well, thank you if you listened.
That was a bit of a random one.
What was?
This one.
Well, it's spooky chat. It's supposed to be random.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who are we kidding? Whatever we talk about is random. It goes from one thing to another, to another, to another.
Bipolar chat.
It's like pinball conversation.
Bloody mental.
Bloody mental.
Bloody mental.
So
you met our family. Mental.
Crazy. All right, then, on that note,
Stay
stay spooky, bitches.